make sure y'all get security in here because we're not going to do this today. We're here to vote and move on.
Insurance, and then there are no insurance companies that even want to give us a quote.
Stop the damn insurance thing. First and foremost, let me say this. She sounds dumb.
I know that's right.
Okay, you flipping me off with the bird. Like I told you, your mama should be probably set.
This township meeting was a spectacle to say the least. I think it was mixed with WWE and a Jerry Springer episode.
They stood for your baby. They stood for
It wasn't just a meeting, it was a full-blown soap opera. I think it's a great idea for the people in that meeting to rewatch that stream. It was extremely cringe. Supervisor Tiffany Henyard set the tone of nonsense, kicking things off, calling trustees dumb, calling them a liar, because apparently professionalism is optional now. And despite all of the yelling, name calling, and the drama, absolutely nothing of substance was accomplished.
Now today, during the nearly 3-hour meeting, a quorum was supposed to approve important auto and liability insurance, which lapsed December 1st, and to pay past due bills to vendors, but none of that happened.
We got everybody asking y'all to come and do your job. You guys refuse to come to a board meeting and vote to have insurance. Therefore, we don't have insurance because you didn't vote for it. That is the truth.
Key issues remained unresolved in this meeting, including the insurance crisis. No plan or progress was made to ensure critical insurance for the township. Tax levy discussions ended in chaos, and still no budget approval. It's clear that this meeting was less about solving problems and more about airing out grievances in the most embarrassing way possible. Tiffany Henyard and the trustees haven't been together in a while. Apparently, 7 times they've tried to have a meeting but had no quorum. So the meeting set the stage to a lot of pent-up frustration. Surprising that she actually showed up, and I'm talking about the supervisor. But once she showed up, you knew that things were gonna go crazy. From roll call, it just descended into chaos, finger pointing and bickering.
So what if somebody's child, God forbid, swallows a ball or gets hurt by a toy? The township doesn't have coverage to even take care of that. We will not have insurance. No liability, no auto insurance. There are 3 or 4 other insurances that will not have. We're talking about toys, but we need insurance, and then there are no insurance companies that even want to give us a quote.
Stop the damn insurance thing. First and foremost, let me say this. She sounds dumb.
I know that's right. You damn sure ain't doing shit.
You guys did not come to a board meeting and put the township in jeopardy. We don't have insurance because you two did not come and take care of your people. Trustee Gonzalez and Trustee Collins, you did not come and vote like you should.
They had an agenda to attack some of these issues, but instead we just saw what we usually see, an embarrassing display of dysfunction. The room basically radiated with anger, mistrust, every comment that seems to be designed to jab at someone else. Tiffany Henyard, clearly fuming over the loss of the Democratic caucus for supervisor, has taken her frustration to new levels. This is why I think she's going to get even worse in the situation. The fact that Trustee Gonzalez is now on the slate for Napoleon Harris to be reelected as trustee and Napoleon Harris to be supervisor, the man who took her spot as supervisor, has only added fuel to the fire. It's worth noting, in case you don't know, that Trustee Gonzalez was the one who initially nominated Henyard for the supervisor position in the first place. Which makes this feud even more absurd. Feeling wronged, feeling cheated, Henyard seems hell-bent on making everyone's life a living hell, even if she can't make it back on the ballot. The drama unfolding here is straight out of WWE, with betrayal, revenge, over-top theatrics taking center stage.
So what they're telling you is so misleading and it is all false. It's all negative. I am seeking the removal of Trustee Carmen Carlisle because she's a liar, and I'm also
My name is Ryan Carlisle. You so is Ryan. The only person that Carlisle is you.
We could talk about the township's insurance crisis, or rather the lack of progress from it. The township is uninsured, leaving residents and employees at risk. The gravity of the situation should have demanded immediate action, but instead the board went in circles arguing about who dropped the ball. Meanwhile, the residents are left to wonder what the hell they're going to do for some of the services and things that the township provides, the stuff that they need. That's what the township is for. Yes, there are ways to go around it to get certain things done, but that's what the township was designed for, because taxpayer money is spent for these services. So after 3 months of unpaid bills, the board managed to approve some payments. You'd think that would be a win, but that's like scoring a point in a game when you're already losing by 50. More heated debates erupted over which bills should be prioritized, with accusations of political gamesmanship flying left and right. The vote passed, sure, but the level of dysfunction on display made it clear that this was just a hollow victory at best. Even talking about the tax levy discussions, and again, I was trying to keep up with this. The audio was not the best, but you can tell that this was just another shining example of how not to run a meeting. The trustees debated approving a levy without a budget in place, a move that raised eyebrows and some legal questions.
Part of you passing a tax levy the wrong way, pass it the right way, pass the budget. Y'all had all the way from March to pass a budget. March of this year, 2024. We're now talking about the next budget cycle. That's how bad this is, guys. This is how much they neglect their duties. But play the game, kick the kid down the road. No one is taking care of the business up here. The last two trustees. But they come here and grandstand and talk about why we need a tax levy all of a sudden. You got to the 31st to make it right.
Just another ploy.
It's not a ploy. Just like a ploy about we have insurance, right? You don't have no insurance, y'all come to work.
This is your politics.
No.
But at the end, the result was just more arguments, no resolution, and a township still teetering on the edge of financial chaos. And after all that, the public comment section where things just went left, just like how it usually is. A lot of people screaming, a lot of people yelling back and forth. It was just more of the same.
All the cities and villages and municipalities that I visit, I've never seen something quite like this before. You all have a gift, a rare jewel. You have a supervisor. Hold on. I'm not telling you from what I've heard. I'm telling you from what I've seen. Just give me a second. If you were there, we didn't vote for her. She was appointed. There was a line miles of people who actually wanted the services that they already paid for.
This dysfunction affects the seniors the most. They rely on the township services. With transportation and meal programs in limbo, vulnerable populations are left out in the cold, literally. The theme of a lot of these comments was this: the leadership is a mess. Residents want accountability. But judging by this meeting, I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. The meeting also put a spotlight on the toxic dynamic between Henyard and the trustees. The attendance from the trustees has been inconsistent, apparently missing up to 5 to 7 meetings, and Henyard believes that this is just a way to stall progress. But on the flip side, others argue that Henyard's leadership style is so combative that collaboration is impossible. And I tend to believe that because one example is when one of the employees had an emotional plea to the trustees to try to make this work for the seniors. Trustee Carlisle said, hey, if we were able to move some things away, we can pay for other things, compromise. But Henyard doesn't believe in that.
I am begging you on behalf of the city service department to please reconsider.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
There were like 7 bills that wouldn't affect any services that were taken off. So if Supervisor Henyard wanted to support the motion, she could have, and all the bills could have paid minus like 7 bills. So I'm still willing to do that if she is, but other than that, if it doesn't get paid, then.
That's right.
That's not true.
That's
She needs to
right.
pay all the vendors. There's vendors on there that have in your department, and you need to pay everybody. Or sitting here trying to on the show and say, oh, why we not paying everybody? Everybody needs their money. Give everybody their money, they get the work, pay them. Okay.
So the result, the township is paralyzed by petty disputes and personal grudges. And if it's a main character in this drama, it is Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. She is putting her personal political goals over actual governance. She wants everything her way or no way. Her decision to host that bingo night last night amidst the township's crisis didn't help her case. It's hard to take a leader seriously when they're more focused on bingo prizes than resolving a literal government shutdown. Watching this meeting felt like I was watching an old school episode of Jerry Springer or Monday Night Raw, but instead of dealing with, crazy people or wrestlers, it was elected officials slinging insults, trying to score some cheap shots, not working with each other. At one point, it just felt like the only thing was missing was someone jumping from a top rope. This was not governance. This was performance art, and not the good kind. So what is going to happen? They still have to come back together to try to get the tax levy taken care of, and they're going to have to try to get a budget taken care of. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, yes, they had approval of some bill payments, and that was a rare win, but the lack of action on other things means that the township's future is still up in the air. And we still have dysfunction at the leadership role. What is going to happen in this next meeting? I don't know, but I'm sure the seniors definitely want some level of stability, and we'll see if they get that in this next meeting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you watched the meeting, let me know. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.